you guys? Today we are in Bodie, California. Bodie, California is a ghost town. It's a historic ghost town, and it's actually been turned into kind of like a well-preserved tourist ghost town. We actually pay to come in here. It's not much, it's like $8, but it's like a ghost town. It started in 1859, and it really didn't take off until like the late 1870s. And by the 1880s, it was like booming. They had a lot of gold deposits here. By the peak, they had about 5,000 to 7,000 people living here. They had 65 saloons and buildings. They had mines, saloons, store owners, robbers. They actually had brothels as well. They had a lot of stuff here, and we're gonna go check out all these well-preserved places. So Bodie is in the Sierra Nevada mountains, which are on the edge of Nevada and California, but we're actually in California. Bodie, when it first started, didn't do that well because there was a lot of neighboring places that were getting a lot more attention in gold, like Aurora. The thing that's nice about this is it's really well preserved, so all the buildings just look very nice here. And as you'll see as we get in there, this is like the first place that's like a whole town, well preserved. The buildings are still up, and they're actually how they look. So this is the church. This is the Church of Bodie. You can see people throw money in there as well. A lot of dollar bills on the ground. But it's a really nice and well-preserved church. So while a lot of these places look very good, I think a couple of them are facades. I mean, they just look really nice on the outside, but you can't actually go into a lot of them because this is the ranger's residence and it's all locked, and it's just made to look really nice. It's kind of different from all the other ghost towns we go to. Ooh, you can actually go into this one. Most of the ghost towns don't have this stuff still. This bed does not, or this couch does not look very comfy. Looks like one of those couches where you lay down and talk to the shrink. Doesn't it?
Yeah. I like this place, man.
Here's one of the bedrooms. You can see a sewing machine over there in the corner too. And for some reason, all these gated rooms, people just throw their change into. There's a ton of dollars and coins in there. I don't get it. Are they trying to donate somehow? Oh, look at this kitchen. That is a cool looking kitchen. It's very old fashioned. It's got the old fashioned wallpaper and like the green color. For some reason to me, like that green color just looks very old fashioned. Doesn't it, Steve?
Yeah. It's like a classic.
Yeah, it's like classic. It's almost like there's cars that same color too, and they're classics. Oh, it's an old crib. An old-fashioned crib and a radio over there. So as you can see here, this is Bodie in 1879 when it was like at its peak. Very big. Those are a lot of buildings and city. It kind of looks pretty bad in the camera, but if you can see, there's a big cluster here. There's even less of a cluster here, which is about what, 50 years later. It's a little smaller. And then here, there's a huge fire. It's even smaller. This is 1974. It's like nothing. This is kind of what it looks like now. A lot smaller buildings and really not much. But now it's a big park, and it became a big park in 1962. So this ghost town has been surviving for all these years. If you look in the windows here, you can see there are a ton of bottles on the shelf in here. Very old bottles looking in there. No labels or anything, just different colored bottles. This must have been like a saloon. It's a pretty cool contraption they got here. This one's all falling apart though. Can you go in it? Yeah, let's go in it. So it's kind of fallen down, but there is a gate in here, so you must be able to go in. Yeah, this old mill, probably a paper mill or something, it's destroyed. It's probably the least well-kept thing at this town. They may have kept it to look like this on purpose. I'm guessing during the fire in 1932, it was collapsed like that, and they might have kept it to keep the keep the look of this place a little bit. Looking around, you can see how big this place is. We just started over here, and it goes all the way out here. There's so many buildings at this place. A lot of these buildings look like they're closed up houses. They're very cool looking. On the outside you can see the fences. Look at these old fences still here. This is house number 44. They're very cool, but there's not a lot of stuff in them and they're locked. So they're pretty much just all facades. I'm trying to find the houses you can go in. This house right here has seen better days. It's all shingled up. What's inside? It looks actually pretty cool inside. Even though it's all run down. That looks really cool. Very like, oh, this is like abandoned basically. This is like what we like. That's what we like to see. These are like ruins right here. Ruins of someone's house. See the metal door right here. Guessing this either came down in a fire or it's a lot of stone, so I'm guessing the stone is still standing of what was this house. The wood that was above it burned down and this is all that's left. I wonder if this was a jail. Kinda looks like a jail. All the bars are gated up, or I mean all the windows are barred up. Okay, this totally has to be a jail. Look at that door. That's a jail door if I ever saw one. It's in the middle of the field. It's in the middle of the open field. It's gated up, so you can't really go in there. But it's a brick house that, nonetheless, that was taken down, or it was crumbled. It seems like. I just want to know why. Look at that view inside there, though. The one thing that I really like about this ghost town is how like spread out it is. A lot of times ghost towns are very compact and small, and there's not a lot of buildings. This one has like, it looks like almost 100 buildings, it seems like, but it's also very spread out. You can see it's all over these mountains, and I just came down a little bit, so I'm kind of away from everyone. But over here, all those buildings are up there where I just started, and there's just a lot of stuff over here. It's cool because there's so much to explore. So little time, but there's a lot to explore. This one kind of looks like a blacksmith. Oh yeah, look, okay. An anvil. Totally has to be a blacksmith. They have an anvil. That's how you know. But I mean, they have a lot of other equipment that kind of looks like blacksmith type equipment. Mostly the anvil though. Oh, and in the middle there's like one of those fire pits where they, you know, they dip the, whatever they're trying to burn into. So they dip it in there and then put it on the anvil. Yeah. It's like if you want a sword made, maybe. Although I doubt they're making very many swords here, probably just pickaxes and tools. But I'd like to believe that they were making swords. What is this thing? Oh, it's like a, it looks like a safe in there. All safe and lock. Cincinnati and San Francisco. That is awesome. It's like a bank, it looks like. A very small one, but it does look like a bank. The thing about this town is that no one actually lives here since it's just a park, so there's no one really to go and interview other than the park rangers, but they're just gonna tell you everything that's kind of on the pamphlet and brochure and everything that I've read online. That is cool. Some kind of carriage. Nice and blue and gold and brass. Looks very cool. There's a small, oh! Is this the firehouse? Yeah, there's fire hose on that one. So I'm guessing this one must have been something to do with that. So this must be the fire department. That is sweet. Shell is a pretty old gas company. As you can see here. It's an old Shell gasoline pump, or sign for the pumps. We've seen these before. Contains lead. Imagine if we had gas pumps like these. I think these ones look a lot cooler. I wouldn't mind going to the gas pump like this. So in order to keep a lot of these buildings up, they have to put up these poles in order to keep it like standing, because they don't like to like rebuild these houses. They like to keep them as they were, but they still have to keep them up, so they have to host them up with these giant poles. Apparently also they get 10 to 20 feet of snow in the winter. Like this place is covered. They said it's like up to half of these buildings covered in snow, and just like the precautions they have to do to keep these things running over the winter, and it's ridiculous. I mean, how is this building right here able to withstand 10 to 20 feet of snow on the roof and still stand? It's gotta be that pole. This does not look structurally safe. It is a mystery how that is still standing. So out of the 5,000 to 7,000 people that were working here, I guess up there was called Chinatown, and there are actually like 700 Chinese people, Chinese guys working here as miners. So there's an actual place called, it's Chinatown, it's like up on this hill where all the Chinese people lived. You look in here, you can see the schoolhouse. You can see all the tables and desks in there that the kids would learn at. I was just talking about this actually. I was wondering what they were doing when they were going to school and where they would go to school. So this is a typical schoolhouse, it looks like. They even have a globe right there. But it looks like a it looks like a kickball. Obviously you didn't see every single building here because a lot of them are houses, so it's like after like the first 10 you get sick of seeing the same house that you're not allowed to go into. So obviously you didn't see all of these houses, you just saw the best ones that I handpicked for you guys. We've been walking around for a while and it's getting close to closing time. There's actually not as many people here, so it actually looks like a ghost town. It feels like a ghost town. There's no one here. It's very quiet and serene and peaceful, and I don't know, I like it a lot better like this. Earlier there's this kid, and every picture I would go and take, he would then do the same picture, like he was following me. So like I went to sit on the steps and take a picture, and then he did the same exact thing. It's kind of weird. All right, you guys, so that was our Bodie Ghost Town experience. We got the drone in, we got some awesome shots. We are heading out from here now. It's actually closing time because it's a park. So we're heading out, we're going to Yosemite tomorrow, which is gonna be a lot of fun. A lot of cool hikes and a lot of beautiful places in Yosemite. Probably see I have a nice little tan, but we're gonna head out here. Make sure to follow the whole exploring crew, and I'll see you guys later. Look who it is. What have you guys?
I'm just an Asian tourist that's kind of wandering around from Asia right now.
How do you like it?
I like it.